This is Call of Duty, but instead of boring modern guns, players fight with cooler medieval weapons like bows, swords, and battleaxes. The game has 8 classes, each with unique abilities and ultimates that they can unlock to absolutely shit on the other players. And yes, as you can see, all the characters in the game are completely butt naked. Yo, come on, dude. What did I tell you? Put that shit away. In this video, we're transforming the game with new classes, a new map, and a lot more. And I'm also going to add something at the end of the update that I really hope you won't hate me for. I'm sorry, so stick around to see that. But now, let's start off strong. I'm going to add 2 new medieval classes. So currently, the game has a knight, archer, heavy, wizard, spearman, assassin, arbalist, and a swordmaster. And all of these classes each have a primary attack, a secondary ability, and an ultimate, so we'll have to make all 3 of those for both of the new classes. But the thing is, it seems like we've already created every medieval character ever, so I don't have any more ideas for new classes. And that's why I decided to branch out slightly from the medieval theme and go for a jetpack flying, minigun wielding, RPG shooting. It's like, let's add a farmer class. A farmer seems like it fits the theme enough, right?
Hello.
And I also have a crazy ultimate idea for this class, so I really want to add it. But before that, my game has this thing where each class has its own unique helmet. So the first thing I did was make a classic farmer's hat for the new class. I then put that hat into the actual game, and holy shit, this hat is so big I can't see where the hell I'm going. Alright, that was a simple fix. I just disabled the hat for our local player. Now we can run around as farmers with our wonderful farmer hat. But yep, that's about it. We can't do any damage. We're gonna need a weapon. So what would be the farmer's weapon? I mean, come on, a pitchfork, of course. What else could it be? Here's the model that I made for that. And now, in case you were wondering, most pitchforks actually have 4 prongs instead of 3 like mine does. I just kind of forgot about the 4th one. I hope you'll still want to download the game after realizing this. Anyways, here I gave the farmer the ability to thrust his pitchfork to deal damage. Alright, so that's the farmer's primary attack. Now what about his secondary? Well, for that, the inspiration was the charger from Left 4 Dead. Basically, I made the farmer's secondary into a charge ability. While he's charging, it's hard to move to the side, so he'll mostly be going in a straight line. And of course, you could deal damage if you get close enough while charging. But even though now he has his basic attacks, we still have to add his ultimate attack. So in case you didn't know, your ultimate is gained over time passively and also by getting kills. And as an example of an ultimate, the heavy's ultimate is called Rage, where he gets super angry, which doubles his speed and damage for a short time. And I wanted the farmer's ultimate to be the most unique yet. So here's the idea. I want the farmer to be able to summon a bull AI that would chase the nearest player and deal tons of damage by spanking them with a Hot Wheels truck. And deal tons of damage by using his horns, of course. So for that ultimate idea to come to life, we're first going to need a bull model. So I downloaded one online that comes with some animations. I downloaded one instead of making it myself because actually, last night, right? I left my stove on, which caused someone to try to break into my house to put the fire out. And so they tried to use my computer's fans to blow it out, but in the process, they destroyed my 3D modeling software on my hard drive. It sucks, I know. But at least they were able to put the fire out. Anyways, I added the bull to the game and set him aside, patiently waiting to be spawned. For that, I made an animation where the farmer sticks his pitchfork into the air to summon the bull. And when this bull spawns in, he makes a really loud, angry noise to let all the ops know that he's coming to spank them with his Hot Wheels track. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, this guy tried to meet a 13-year-old. Kill him. Trying to meet a 13-year-old. Kill him. Oh, look at that! Alright, the farmer's ultimate might be a little OP, especially since there's no limit on the bulls. You could just keep getting your ultimate and then spawn more and more. So don't make me pull up with 10 bulls, I'ma shit on you, kid. Okay, farmer done. The game now has 9 classes total. But that's a dumbass number. There's gotta be one more to make it 10. 9 would literally make the game unplayable. So the next class that I'm gonna add to the game is a miner. So I started off by making a pickaxe, and I made sure to make it super pointy for maximum damage in case any predators are nearby.
Hello.
Oh, heck! So for the playstyle, the miner will have faster slashes but do lower damage than the other classes. And now the miner really do be looking stupid with that bald ass head. So let's cover that up by adding a helmet. So I quickly made a helmet and placed it on him before the bullies could catch him lacking. And this is what his finished helmet looks like. Now for the miner's secondary ability. So for that, I decided to make the miner able to slam his pickaxe on the ground, which uncovers some rocks that fly in random directions. And if one of these rock projectiles hits an enemy, it does about 10 damage each rock. So the strat would be to get as close as you can to the other players so you can hit the most rocks and deal the most damage. It's pretty satisfying and it's basically a medieval shotgun. But now it's time for the miner's ultimate attack, and this one is also super unique. First added this red circle zone that appears once you have your ultimate unlocked. And when you use it, an avalanche of raining boulders appears where you were aiming. And if you get caught under these boulders, you're done. GG's. Not gonna lie guys, the miner might be my new favorite class. And it's also making me consider becoming a Minecraft YouTuber because I really like mine. Alright, the 2 new classes are fully done, and we're going to get to adding new big features, but I just want you to take a look at this problem first and see if you can figure out what the issue is. Ready? the gravity f***ing sucks. Like guys, does this look like the moon to you? It's so floaty and I can't believe I didn't fix this earlier, but let's do that now. Alright, with the improved gravity, I'm now going to add something that some people will love, but others will hate. Let me explain. So currently, the way that you get your class in the game is by receiving it randomly every time you spawn. This means that you have to hope it chooses the class that you want. But I've gotten some requests to change it to a choice instead so people can pick their class. But as you can tell, this could make the game broken with people spamming one class. So I didn't change the way it currently works, but I instead added a drop-down where the host can choose the class assignment mode before starting the game. This way, you can play the game how you prefer. And if it's set to the choice mode, then here's what that would look like. Swordmaster, Arbalist. Swordmaster. Arbalist? Okay, now the game has a class choosing mode. So let's actually stay on the topic of modes by adding a whole new game mode, Team Deathmatch. Currently, the game plays out like a free-for-all with every man for himself. But wouldn't it be cool if we could also team up? Yes, it would. But before we get to that, can you please just like the video? Please, all this editing's making me go crazy. Please just like the video. Please just... Now let's actually add Team Deathmatch. First, I made it to where if the host chooses TDM in the lobby, then the players can choose which team they're on before starting the game by clicking the swap button. But I'm not gonna lie, these names suck. So instead, let's replace them with some awesome medieval themed names to get us fully immersed in the experience. Okay, but now even though we can choose between Team Cock or Team Balls, the gameplay itself has not changed and it still plays like a free-for-all. But all I had to do to actually turn it into a team deathmatch was remove damaging your own teammates and change their name tags to green. And that's actually it. The game now has a team deathmatch mode. So please stop knocking on my window at night asking me about it. Since we just added team deathmatch, that brings us over to the next topic perfectly. Oh, hello? Oh, hello? 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 Yo, why are you copying me? Yo, why are you copying me? Hey, fuck you! As you can see, the game now has proximity chat.
Yo, who's that? Hey!
And in case you're wondering, to add this proximity chat, I just used an asset that I bought a while ago. Yeah, it would have taken months to do it myself. But by the way, I also made the players' voices stop when they die, so it could be kind of funny to hear them cut out mid-sentence. Alright, it's about damn time for a new map. So currently, the game only has two, the village and the castle. But we all know that 3 maps would be really cool because that's the exact number of testicles that I have. Anyways, what is a third map that could fit the medieval theme? Well, after looking through some of your suggestions, I think I found the best one.
Maybe a new map like a cave or a mine.
Okay, yeah, a mine map is actually a perfect idea since we just added a miner class earlier. So first I had to make a map design. So I tried my best and here's what I came up with. There's going to be 2 mines inside of mountains on each side. And between those 2 mines would be this middle grass area. And to connect everything together, I'll add a big track of mine rails. So first I began to place a bunch of cubes to create the walls of the mines. And I tried to place them around as if I was on crack to make it more realistic. Because you know, caves aren't going to be perfect and would more likely be uneven. Then to cover up this mess, I added some mountains on top of the mines. And to connect everything together, I made some rails for the first mine, some for the second, and then some that connects them all together in the middle. Then I also added some random props around the map to help bring it to life. Great, but now the map is all on the same level and doesn't have any high ground, which sucks. And to fix this issue, the other maps have ladders that go up a watchtower for high ground. So I wanted to add something similar to the mine map, but make it more unique. So I added 3 big boulders and connected these 2 boulders with a little bridge. And then to be able to get on top of the boulders, I added some vertically oriented, sequentially arranged set of rigid, parallel, and longitudinally extended components composed of wood designed to facilitate upward or downward.
I'm kind of retarded.
And I added 3 of those to be exact. So now we can climb up on top of the boulders, but it's still way too exposed. So I added some rocks as cover. And these rocks also function as a barrier to cover our player Schlong since he's out here running around butt naked. Alright, so with that, the mine map is fully done. And let me know in the comments which map you think looks the best visually. But now, we gotta talk about something really important. This video is sponsored by my balls.
What the hell are you talking about, bro?
Listen to this, right? The other day, I got an email from Unity saying that I've hit their free multiplayer limit. So this means if I don't start paying, they'll shut my game down. And since it's free, keeping it online just costs me money, so I need to find a way to make some money from it. And I was struggling to figure out how I could do that, so I decided to ask my friend Gilbert for some help. And usually Gilbert has some really good ideas. So let's see what he came up with for monetizing the game. Alright, let's see this. Haha, thanks for letting me give you idea. This should bring lots of monies to the game. I would fucking hope so. I promised. XOX. Okay, bro, you can chill with that. All right, my idea. Sell Battle Clasher feeder picture on Twitter. What? Yo, Gilbert, do you really think that's gonna work? I already have one customer. Oh no. Alright, so we're not gonna do that, but that did make me realize that we can add microtransaction cosmetics. Please don't hate me. First, added 4 different boots. The dino boots, banana boots, golden boots, and Christmas socks. And you can actually see these boots in first person as you're running, which is actually based off of real life, in case you were wondering. Next, what good is a PvP game without toxic emotes? So I imported some hands and then animated some emotes like the double middle finger, slow clap, and the air hump. So the battle clashers finally have hands, just to give you a dry air hump. Just please be careful doing that emote around minors. Another cosmetic that I added is pets. We got the little wizard guy who will grow up to be such a big boy one day. And then we also have Gilbert the pet. He truly deserves to be forever solidified into Battle Clash for his wonderful ideas. Thank you so much, Gilbert. Okay, so the update is done. And the game is free on Steam, so go ahead and download it right now, or I'm gonna come to your house and wash all your dishes. You've been warned. Thanks for watching, broski.